Quran class after school. You in? Brother. Yeah, man. Cool. How about you, dude?
Dude, LeBron James has just left the Heat. I gotta tell you.
That's great, but Quran class after school.
Just be a second. Just be a second. I swear.
This guy, new text message.
Why are you poking me?
Oh, my bad.
Oh my God, Ronaldo just gave me a message.
Brother Mustafa said that you were gonna come. Are you gonna come?
New text message by James.
Alright, how about you?
Dude, LeBron James.
This is just ridiculous, man. Before, whenever both my brothers were not into Facebook, they were into all these Quran classes, and now texting, tweeting, all this LeBron James stuff is just ridiculous.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. This is Omar and this is brother Omar from Chicago, and we're back on Youth of Ummah. Today's Ramadan topic is technology, especially things like Facebook, Twitter, all these things. It's very distracting. Is it necessary for us to stay away from such things, especially in Ramadan? How do we kind of use them in a good way, and what is your thought about technology in general?
Okay, so there are a number of really important questions here. One is just, should we be using technology? Another question within that is, should we be using the social media, Twitter, Facebook, and such? And then what about Ramadan?
Yeah.
So, okay, technology itself is neither good nor bad, right? But there is the concern about using anything appropriately, right? And the easiest thing to look at is don't do things that are inappropriate, right? That's often the easier way to define things. And this question often comes up in Facebook and Twitter in a couple ways. One is that the person that we often, or the persons that we often present ourselves as on Facebook is usually somebody different than who we really are, right? Yeah. Very rarely do you see people who only post how unhappy they are on Facebook, right? Yeah. A lot of people on Facebook will love to post all these wonderful quotes, yeah, that are supposed to be really, really inspiring. But when you hear about 20 of these wonderful quotes, and they lose their meaning, yeah, right? Yeah. Or they'll post all these videos, or they'll feel like they've accomplished some amount of activism because they've hit like to a page, right?
That's true.
And so from that aspect, I think the thing to be clear about is, what does Facebook accomplish and what does it not accomplish? Okay, Facebook itself is not a form of activism, right? Facebook is a tool that can be used in social networking to organize activism on the street, but on the Facebook page, hitting like or writing a status message against some country or against some business doesn't really accomplish anything, especially if it's all your friends that are reading it. Right?
So it's kind of related to our last video about transformation. So are you noticing a transformation happening through this technology of Facebook, or is it the other way around?
Well, I would say this is like a negative transformation that's taking place by way of Facebook. So one problem is that I'm getting the illusion that I'm accomplishing something. Yeah. Okay. Another problem, as mentioned, is this illusory version that I'm giving of myself, right? In most cases, we're just giving highlights of what we think are important, okay? But we're not showing who we really are. And I'm not saying we should be showing who we really are, right? It's a public domain, even if it's only shown to your friends. Yeah. But the point is that it's creating a false personality, yeah, right? And that is a very quick route to unhappiness, because you're seeing all these tweets, people are talking about how wonderful things have happened to them. If you see that day after day after day, it's easy to make yourself really feel down.
Well, right? But I got 2,000 friends on Facebook.
That's really wonderful. I ask my students, how many friends do you have on Facebook, and I'll get answers like 2,000, and then I'll ask them, okay, how many friends do you have in real life? And the answer, in Omar's case, well, I'll be your friend in real life too. So that brings you up to 1. So the point then is that this is another problem with Facebook, is the big illusion of friendship. Wow. And this is a multiple level problem. This is a very serious problem. Mm-hmm. Because one is that I have this illusion of having millions of friends, okay, but I don't have anybody who's really close to me. That's one problem. The other problem is we get so used to being distant from anybody else that we don't allow anybody to get close to us. Because what's a friend? What's a true friend? A true friend is someone who is brutally honest with you because they care about you. Yeah. They tell you the truth that you need to hear. Yeah. Okay? Whereas someone on Facebook will just, hit like on something to help, and that as though that supports you. But a friend tells you, no, this is wrong, yeah, or you better stop doing this, right? That's a true friend.
We're noticing, like we talked about the celebrity scholar thing, a lot of people just huge likes and followings and things. But are you again noticing? Is that affecting the teacher to student relationship that you mentioned?
Nice. There's a couple issues there, right? If somebody posts something, you feel a sense of worth if somebody clicks like for you, right? Oh, somebody hit like once for me. I feel great about myself. Oh, 20 people hit like for that person. Man, that person's better. Oh, 1,000 people hit like for that person, right? I mean, you're putting your self-worth on the ability for someone to click this little button.
Yeah.
That's one problem. The other problem, of course, is that this whole culture of alienation that's taking place that Facebook is supporting is that, yeah, we are much more distant from teachers. And just think about how much time a person might spend on Facebook. I love cracking jokes on Facebook, right?
Wow.
As my Facebook friends know.
You poke people too?
I don't poke people,
You should.
and I'm afraid of. I think there was a time that I was poked on
Oh, okay.
Facebook, and I
Yeah.
decided not to pursue that any further.
So I guess let's conclude this by I guess connecting with Ramadan. So do you personally think that since Ramadan is a time for transformation, this would be a great time to kind of disconnect yourself from Facebook or other things, even though it might be tough? And secondly, don't forget to press the like button on our page.
Okay, so in the case of Ramadan, I would look at it from the inverse perspective. You're not getting brownie points by turning away from Facebook. Rather, you should look at Ramadan as you have this very special period of time, right, when the clock is ticking. So if a person lives for 60 years, they have basically 60 Ramadans in their life. And they're probably really not going to start appreciating it for the first 14, maybe the first 20 of those Ramadans. So that reduces how many Ramadans you have.
Yep.
So I might, who knows, Allah knows best, this might be my last Ramadan, or I might have 20 more Ramadans left in my life. And as soon as that Ramadan begins, the clock is ticking.
Wow.
And so I can take advantage of that time, I can benefit from that time, at the very least of reciting some sort of praise of Allah Ta'ala, praise of God, or seeking blessings on the Prophet, peace be upon him. And if I'm on Facebook, Facebook is one of those fantastic ways to really use up all of your time.
Wow.
And so from that perspective, I'd say focus more on how to best use your time in Ramadan, and that should perhaps lead you away from Facebook as a result.
Wow, inshallah. So we're going to try to, inshallah, cover the topic of the disconnect that's happened in our society. And we're not saying Facebook is bad or good again, but just a humble suggestion that maybe Ramadan will be a way to, look at yourself and whether this technology is negatively affecting you. And if it is, then maybe it's the best time to disconnect for a little bit and see how it goes. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all. Don't forget to like our page. And we'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.
And are you gonna Quran class after school? What? Sorry, God.
Thanks for watching our pre-Ramadan video. Hopefully we'll have a beautiful, blessed Ramadan, inshallah. We would like you to go to our Facebook page and share with others so that you'll be notified of all of the new videos coming up. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.